Hello everyone. This video tutorial is one of the videos of a series that we are going to use for our NAFS preparations, NAFS exams preparations. We're going to first unfold the first learning outcome and indicator one only in this video tutorial. The other indicators and learning outcomes will be unfolded in other videos. So let's talk about the first video indicator, learning outcome and indicator. The first indicator of learning out number one here, it is about inferring synonyms of vocabulary mentioned in the text. We will try to find the meanings of the words that are used in the context, but the meanings are not explicitly mentioned, but we will try to understand what could be the meanings of those possible words. And sometimes the vocabulary of some words, the connotations also change when there is a new context. So we are going to consider both things in this video tutorial. Go ahead with our task. The first thing that we need to know is what is inferring synonyms. The process of determining a word or phrase that has a similar meaning. So what we try to determine, another word or a phrase that has similar meaning to the word that's mentioned based on the context. For example, in the sentence, he sprinted to the finish line. Sprinted can be inferred to mean ran quickly. However, it's not mentioned that somebody ran quickly. So what are we going to use? How are we going to do? How are we going to know that it means running quickly? So two things here. It's a commonly understood thing that if you are in a race and if you are running towards the finish line, you have to run very quickly. Second thing we understood from the context is that the guy is in a race and he is running a competition. So in which manner he has to run? He has to sprint. So sprint we can guess here using our common knowledge and the text or the context that's given here that somebody ran quickly. But you can see here the text doesn't mention that what does the word sprinted mean. So we used an informed guess by using our knowledge and also the context that's given here. Now let's move to the second part of our indicator. It's about connotation. What connotation is? So the connotation is the associated or secondary meaning of a word or expression. That means we are not considering the first or the primary meaning here. Our focus is going to be on the secondary meaning. Let me clarify this by using this example. I want him to go high in life. So the word high in normally it means a place that's located compared to other things at a high place. It talks about something that's big, tall. However, in the given example, I want him to go high in life. The high does not mean a high place. It means an achievement. I want him to achieve something great. So the secondary meaning of the word are used, connotative meaning of the word are used here, not the primary meaning. Now moving on to the other terminology, that's connotation change. Connotation change refers to the change in meaning. Consider the examples. Here, if we see the definition, a shift, a change in the associated meanings of a word due to cultural, technological, or societal changes. Now you're going to see how does it work. Example, the mouse ran towards the hole to hide after it saw the cat. The word mouse, and let's consider it's used the primary meaning here, the mouse, and it's referring to an animal. Now consider the second example here. In the second example, since since the touchpad of my laptop doesn't work, I have to buy a mouse. So the question is, does the mouse refer to an animal? No, the mouse doesn't refer to an animal here. However, it refers to something else. That means now there is a connotation change. So let's see, what does it refer to? It refers to a device that you are normally using in your daily life. You connect it to your systems and you use it in this one. So you saw in the given examples that in the previous example it meant an animal, and in this example, mouse means this object, this device. So the connotation of the word has changed. This is what we call connotation change. Now let's consider again our indicator number one, and we see whether we have approached it in a nice manner or not. So we discussed first about inferring synonyms of vocabulary mentioned in the text, and then we also talked about the word vocabulary whose connotations changed with the context. We're in the new context of where we provided you with the example of a mouse that ran to the hole, and then the other mouse that we use with our computer systems or our laptops sometimes. There the connotations changed, and inferring synonyms where in text didn't mention the meaning of the word explicitly, but we inferred the meaning of the words. Thank you so much for attending this video podcast. Hopefully, this is going to help you in dealing with learning outcome number one, indicator one in your NAFS exams. For practice, we're going to provide you some other reading passages also where we'll be using these kind of questions, and hopefully this video will be helpful to you to solve those reading passages. Thank you so much all of you for listening to this pod, and inshallah see you in another video pod. To that time, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Bye bye.